Did the old prophets actually meet angels on top of mountains? Or were they highly intelligent beings from a galaxy far, far away? Welcome to UFOlogy, where we explore the truth about alien life, because let's face it, we're not alone, and the evidence is everywhere. Today, we'll be diving into the topic of the mysterious disappearances, particularly in the Bermuda Triangle area. The Bermuda Triangle is located in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean. For years, the mysterious stretch of ocean has fascinated conspiracy theorists and scientists alike, as numerous disappearances of ships as well as planes have occurred within its boundaries. Even the islands nearby aren't immune to its lure, as you'll discover in the video. Some claim these disappearances are just coincidences or false reports. Others claim that the Bermuda Triangle is a portal to an alien world. If you're curious about the truth, let's get right into the top 3 Bermuda Triangle disappearances. The Ellen Austin's encounter. Firstly, we have the unnerving tale of the American schooner Ellen Austin, a 210-foot-long ship. In 1888, it was traveling to New York from London. Cruising the open Sargasso Sea, the crew soon stumbled upon a strange, derelict ship drifting near the location of what would later be known as the Bermuda Triangle. Outwardly, the vessel showed no signs of damage, but there is one eerie fact. There were no signs of life on board. Captain Baker of the Ellen Austin opted to observe the situation at first. After 2 days with no response from the ship, he commandeered his crew to enter the abandoned vessel. They found the ship's cargo well stocked and packed, with no sign of any crew, not even a single dead body. It was as if they just vanished into thin air. Still, the Ellen Austin had a trip to complete, so they decided to tow the derelict ship back using a skeleton crew. But that's not the end of it. After 2 days of calm sailing, a fierce storm came up which separated the two ships. After the storm, the derelict ship vanished. A few days later, Captain Baker's lookout spotted the vessel drifting aimlessly once again. After catching up to it, the remaining Ellen Austin crew were chilled to discover their colleagues who had boarded the mysterious ship had vanished. From here, the story becomes murkier. Some say a second attempt was made to tow the derelict vessel, which ended the same way before they decided to cut their losses. So what happened? Could the Ellen Austin's vanishing crew have been a mutiny? There's some credence to this allegation, as the ship officers were known to be cruel towards their men. It does feel like a stretch that the men could use a storm to cover up an escape, so the central mystery of the derelict ship remains. It's highly unlikely we'll find the truth anytime soon, not until we open our minds to reality that otherworldly beings may be behind this mystery. Flight 19 PBM Mariner. Secondly, we have one of the most notorious disappearances involving the Bermuda Triangle, the fate of Flight 19 and PBM Mariner. Flight 19, a group of 5 Avenger torpedo bombers, took off from Fort Lauderdale on the 5th of December 1945. The 3-hour journey was expected to be an uneventful, routine training exercise. After all, they'd done it numerous times before. Unfortunately, that was not the case. The pilots dropped their payload of replica bombs as per usual, but ran into trouble shortly after. One of the more experienced pilots, Lieutenant Charles C. Taylor, reported his compass was malfunctioning, claiming they were flying the wrong way.
Powers, what is your compass reading, Powers? I don't know where we are. Must have gotten lost after that last turn. MT-28, this is FT-74. What is your trouble? Both my compasses are out and I'm trying to find Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
The weather was also worsening. In the face of this, Taylor broke protocol and pointed his plane towards the setting sun, attempting to navigate the Gulf of Mexico. But his fellow pilots disagreed. Some of them objected to heading northeast, suggesting heading back westward towards the base.
Damn it, if we just fly west, we would get home. Hold it. Head west. Damn it.
Taylor refused to listen and continued in the same direction, passing near the Bermuda Triangle area. As the air wing flew further, their transmissions became fainter and fainter.
We have just passed over a small island and we have no other land in sight. Turn on your emergency IFF gear. Or do you have it on? IFF gear was off. I'm turning it on now.
Taylor released a final transmission, telling his men that once the first plane dropped below 10 liters of fuel, they would bail together for a greater chance of rescue. A few minutes later, all transmissions ceased. The Navy immediately launched a search and rescue effort, but they found nothing. They were stumped. In the end, the resulting search and rescue involved dozens of ships and nearly 500 aircraft scanning thousands of square miles of the Caribbean, Atlantic, the Gulf of Mexico, and even portions of Florida and Georgia. None of the personnel, including the 13 bodies or wreckage, was ever recovered. One of the more interesting theories about this disappearance is that aliens are interested in our military technology, which explains why torpedo bombers were targeted. Where else could the planes and pilots have disappeared to? The entire case is drenched in suspicious circumstances, especially since the operation took them near the Bermuda Triangle, or should we just call it the alien portal. To date, there are no clear answers, but we know that the flight crew's close proximity to the Bermuda Triangle can only mean one thing. Great Isaac K. Lighthouse Keeper's disappearance. Third and last on this list is the Great Isaac K. Lighthouse mystery, in which 2 lighthouse keepers vanished without a trace on the Bahamian island of Great Isaac K. Unlike the other disappearances, this case is unique, as both men were stationed in their lighthouse on land when they vanished. So it's not just ships and planes that vanished in the Bermuda Triangle. Even on land, you may not be safe. Even prior to their disappearance, Great Isaac K's history was already grim and mysterious. According to a local legend, there was once a ship wrecked on its shore where rescuers found only a single infant survivor. Not exactly a heartwarming tale, eh? Years later, in the mid-1800s, the lighthouse was built. By that time, only 2 inhabitants remained on the island, the 2 lighthouse keepers. Despite the remoteness of the lighthouse and their isolation, these lightkeepers performed their duty to guide ships faithfully. Years came and went, and the lighthouse changed keepers numerous times, but was always carefully tended until the 4th of August, 1969. On that faithful day, the lighthouse keepers failed to respond to routine calls. Concerned that some accident had befallen their keepers, a team was sent out by the authorities from nearby Bimini, and what they found was chilling. Within the lighthouse, everything was in fine condition, laid out for the workday and undamaged, but the keepers had vanished. Perhaps they were involved in a drug smuggling operation and silenced, as some others suggest. Or maybe they were kidnapped. Though why someone would target 2 lighthouse keepers on a remote island, no one can say. These theories also fail to account for their government employee status. It's doubtful anyone would be dumb enough to kill or kidnap government workers over something minor, especially workers with radios. Regardless, there was no evidence of foul play. The men were never seen again, giving rise to speculation and numerous conspiracy theories. Will we ever truly find the truth about the Bermuda Triangle? Nobody knows for sure. Regardless, people will continue speculating and coming up with theories as long as there's no concrete evidence to say otherwise. We're simply wondering why disappeared ships, planes, and people are never recovered. Why there's never enough evidence to point to the truth. Why do we ignore the possibility that other beings may be involved? Thanks for watching that video. Make sure to like and comment below what you think about the Bermuda Triangle disappearances, and be sure to tune in next week.